Hi guys, welcome to episode 5 of the Larry Weekly. I'm Britt. Today's episode is brought to you by myself and Scar, and today we'll be talking about Harry's second performance in Coachella and all of the queer codings and Larry references that stem from it.
This week's shout out goes to Lizzo for being a great and supportive friend to Harry, even on short notice, which we will talk more about later.
First thing we wanted to talk about was the set list. Obviously it was the same as night one, except for the fact that we got a different special guest and the actual printed out version of the set list, as we all know, had special song in, I think it was in green. Like it was really obvious there was a song on there that the special song being I Will Survive. Like he knows what he was doing with that one, and you could tell that he was nervous to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if you look at the fan videos, you can see when he goes
Yeah,
to get the coat, after he puts it on his face, he looks kind of, like, nervous.
he's like, oh shit, I don't know if I'm ready to do this.
Yeah.
But I like, I don't know if you've seen the theory on it, but I've seen it across Twitter a little bit, about the fact that, obviously him and Lizzo knew that they were
Oh,
gonna
that
sing.
management didn't? Yeah,
Yeah, that
I
meant
was just about to say
without
that.
him. Like,
I think
because sure,
that's, I don't think
surely
that's that much of a stretch or a reach.
exactly,
Reach?
because if
Whoa.
management knew that he wanted to do that song, they wouldn't have let him.
Yeah, I think so too. And also, yeah, the timing of everything and like I don't know, I
Mhm.
feel like it if you look at like the people side stage for in fan videos from like in the crowd, the ones that are point directed at the like behind the curtains, you can actually see that everyone they look a little off. Like they look like a little surprised almost.
They're
And
not
I
sure on what.
think,
Yeah,
yeah. And like his band obviously would have known, but I think
yeah,
everybody else looked a little like confused.
a little
So,
lost. Yeah,
yeah. And it which makes sense because they didn't actually write I Will Survive on the set list. So like
yeah.
saw people saying that they did that because when Harry sang Toxic at Love on Tour, that was leaked and so they people were saying that maybe he
Edit.
put that because he didn't want the song to get leaked. But I don't know.
Hmm.
I feel like how would it get like it's up on the stage and nobody can see it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like it's different for Love on Tour because they're really close to. I don't know. Like there's a walkway between the crowd and the stage. So like who
Hmm.
also the stage is really high up. There's no way that anybody could see that. But with Love on Tour, it's different. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Then also, they didn't sing any of Lizzo's songs.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's
what
not
really
like
confused me because
has
they've probably have
no.
Juice. Sorry.
That's what I say. They like it's not like we haven't heard them sing together before and sing
Yeah,
one of her, or it wouldn't be something
yeah. So like I Will
unheard.
Survive was rehearsed from like the very beginning, but if they did Juice, it would have been all like they would have already had done it before together. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
because they sang two of
something to think
Shania's
about.
songs.
Yeah,
So what about Lizzo? I don't know. It yeah, the whole situation I still can't really wrap my mind around why it happened the way it did. But
well, I mean the fact that he called her up 2 days beforehand and was like,
yeah.
"Hey,
Hey, I've
come."
got these Gucci coats. Do you want to? Yeah,
Like, I want to start a war. Let's go.
yeah. I just think
Oh,
it was really like I love Lizzo, and I think it was awesome that she like took part in that because like them singing "I Will Survive" was not out of like it wasn't just oh that happened. Like it's a really big deal. Like it's a
yes, exactly.
you know what I mean? Like it's not a small thing that just happened. Like this is it's a really big deal. The fact that he chose that song.
And on that date,
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about the date later because yeah, that's a whole other thing. So The next thing that we want to talk about is Harry losing his lion ring. And this is it's a very sad thing. I don't know if anyone remembers him losing his rose ring at the Ariana Grande concert a
Oh
few
my
years
god,
back.
cry.
But that was it was like deja vu, to be honest. I don't know if anyone has seen the video of Harry, but at the concert after he lost the rose ring, he was literally like down on the floor like looking for it with the flashlight on his phone, and it makes me cry. Um
It's
I
so sad.
I know. So when he lost this ring, obviously he didn't notice it right away. So what had happened was he threw the water bottle, or well, first of all, he like did what he usually does and like baptizes the crowd. Um and then
Baptized.
I mean, he basically does. So yeah, he throws the water on the crowd, and then he threw the water bottle like at the ground, and it bounced up off the ground. But he did it with so much force that his ring actually slipped off his finger. And if you watch the videos back in slow motion, you can see um, like the ring flying off. So at first, for the first like couple days, nobody really knew what had happened. But then after a couple days, a video came out of him walking back after had thrown the water bottle. It was of him walking back up to the mic stand, and if you look in slow motion, he like holds out his hand and like looks at it, and then realizes that it's gone, and like you can tell that that's what he's thinking. It's just it's kind of obvious when you see it.
He looks at me and goes, fuck.
Yeah. Um, and I do feel really bad because that ring has, just based off of what is engraved on the inside of it, has a lot of meaning to him. And I want
I
to
hope he
really, huh?
I hope he actually got it back. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter that we were trying to get it
Yeah,
back to.
so they did get in contact with the person that has the ring, got in contact with Harry's team after a while, and I think it is back to him by now. If not, they're still working on it. For anyone that doesn't know, on the inside of the ring, it says "second time's a charm." And Britt, do you want to talk about the parallel with Harry's ring and Louis tattoo?
Stop it. Give it like dead.
I I didn't realize it at first.
I can't defend them anymore. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. It's because
You
that's
just,
also Harry's second version of that ring.
yep,
So,
that is definitely a you lost the rose ring, here's another one.
yeah. So, do you want to say what his tattoo says?
Given a chance one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Like the placement, the writing,
yeah.
like
Well, I just think give it a chance, and second times, like
a
I don't.
charm. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives the same vibes.
Yeah. Well, you given a chance, you would obviously it's automatically assume a second chance because the first time you just it happens. You don't have to. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Trying to, but you wouldn't say giving them the like I've given them the first chance.
yeah,
Is talk about it in that context. It's always I'll give them a second chance
yeah, for
or I'll give
sure.
and then we've got Harry's ring that says second time's a charm.
Yeah. I really do believe that Louis gave him that ring. Like I don't know why. It just seems
Appropriate.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it fits the narrative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But
When you go from that rose ring to then the lion ring.
yeah.
But did you see as well?
Why does he have to lose the like really important rings?
He like I'm sure he still eats himself up over that.
I know. But
Like, it's been how many years now since the rose ring?
yeah, for sure. Harry just needs
Oh
to
my
take better care
god.
of his ring. I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Could you Okay, I don't want to speak it into existence, but also we need to talk about it. Can
Yeah.
you imagine just imagine if he's like this over the rose ring and the lion ring. What the heck is he gonna be like if he ever, God forbid, don't let it happen, but if he ever loses the peace ring?
Do you remember the time he did lose it?
Yeah.
Oh, I if we have a repeat of that but worse, I will send myself
If
into
he
a coma.
loses
I
it
don't
and
care.
then never gets it back, like I don't think we're gonna come back to that from that.
See, I just think that because I don't know how I'm emotionally attached to somebody else's rings, but I
Ring.
think especially because of fan fictions, how they
Oh,
the way they give every single time the way they give the other the peace ring is in a box with the ship and anchor engraved on the top of it. And I think like just the whole it just makes it so much more like I don't know,
meaning
it's yeah, meaningful. And I know like it's fan fiction, but the peace ring does exist, so it's still kind of
real.
yeah, it's still kind of real. Um but yeah, oh, I would hate for him to lose that ring. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
know he would beat himself up over it
oh
forever probably.
100%. 100%. But also Louis would never let him live it down.
Yeah, I feel like I he would it's hard because he would either be the person that would get mad or tell him that it's okay and that he'll get another one. But I can't
Yeah.
tell which.
I think it would depend on
The way
the
he
con
lost it, maybe. Yeah.
the way he lost it and when, like where he lost it.
Yeah.
I think would be the determining factor on whether or not Louis would be like, "Oh, it's
And
okay,
if
I'll
he
get you."
didn't tell him right away.
Oh, if he didn't tell him right away, he's ouch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Okay. But all in all, the ring is getting back to him. Thank
good.
goodness. Thank you, whoever. I remember I saw the tweet of the original person that like has the ring.
Yeah,
I forget their at, but thank you for getting the ring back to him because a lot of people that would have gotten it would have just kept it. So
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So the next thing we wanted to talk about was how or why the fact that so many of us clowned over the thought that Niall was going to be his special guest for a
not gonna
weekend too.
lie, I'll admit I was one of them.
And as you should, it fits so perfectly. Like
Yeah.
match everything. As I'm sure um all of you guys saw. Um and if you didn't, have you been living under a rock?
Yeah,
Um
for real.
sure with what was the "You Are Home" tweet? It was like dance louder.
Dance louder. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
And that
it
was on
had
May 16th.
April 16th.
Oh, wait. Yeah, sorry, April 16th. We're in May right now. Sorry, I'm excited about Harry's house, okay?
I know. 4 more days, let's go. Um yeah, so that was the tweet from "You Are Home," and the door behind it was the blue and white stripes, which matched perfectly with Niall's shirt. And then Niall posted his photo dump, and the caption was "Let's dance."
Yeah. I'm not
Like,
gonna lie. I was so convinced after the door because if you I literally put it right next to that picture of Niall's shirt and I can't remember what it was from, but we made a picture of Niall and I'm not even joking. The door fits so perfectly with his shirt. I overlapped it. I did like an overlay, and it was
mm,
line by line exact. And
it
I,
fits so
so it's
well.
obvious that he used that picture, but
Yep.
why we still don't know.
Hey, I mean, I said this to um my best friend the other day. I was like, "Look, I'm calling it now. I don't care. I don't care if I look like a clown, but coincidence of James ending his contract in a year,
Yeah, and him saying he wanted
that
to
George
end.
Michael documentary,
Yeah,
and everything else that we've gotten in the last few days. All that
exactly.
is, he's quit the show to come back and
He's
be
gonna be
Wonder.
the manager. Yeah. So I think also he's always said like that he wants the band to get back together. And
Yeah, he.
him saying, I don't remember his exact wording, so don't quote me on this, quote James. But he said something along the lines of like he wanted to end with a bang or something like that. And I mean, what perfect way than to announce that you're gonna be One Direction's manager? Um, yeah, I in the replies to the Late Late Show, like the tweet about him quitting, everybody was just like, One Direction manager who? It was so funny. I was like, actually, that's not a bad idea. Like,
Hey, I'm just saying, like, he would be very, like, it would be very not smart of him to turn that down if that was ever offered to him.
exactly. Didn't he say that one time that he would have been their manager or something? I think he
Oh,
said one time, like, as a joke, like 2018, maybe? Something like, because I think it was part of the video where he was replying to people, like, saying that he should kidnap One Direction and get them back together. I
oh
could be
yeah.
wrong.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, yeah. I know what you're talking about. All of the YouTube comments for that.
That was, oh my gosh, I love that video.
But also, he could so very much do it.
Yeah.
But no, like, in all seriousness, like, I mean, I say that, but then I'm still under the fact that we're clowning over the fact that he's leaving to be the manager. But that is how I think a lot of us would want it because he loves those boys so much.
Yeah.
Like so much love and respect and such a caring like he, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I mean, actually, I'm a little glad that Niall wasn't the special guest because I probably would have passed out and may never have woken up. Um, so yeah, I honestly don't know what we would do if
Oh
Niall
yeah.
walked out on this. You know, like I'm almost glad that it wasn't him because I don't know. I genuinely don't know how I would move on from that.
Yep. I don't think
Um,
any of us survived.
yeah. I probably wouldn't have even. I probably. Okay, I say I probably would have passed out. I don't think I think what would happen realistically is I would just like stop and freeze, and I would just be frozen.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It'd
Like
be
I would just sit there like, what is happening?
it'd very much be a my body is here but my mind is not.
Yeah,
So you can talk to me in like 10 minutes when it's over and I'm not going to be able to tell you anything that has happened.
exactly.
But again, also it would have been a very Harry thing to do.
Yeah. So the next thing we want to talk about that I've been dreading talking about because I have a very strong opinion on it is
We know.
the group chat found out how I really felt. Is Lizzo and I Will Survive and What Makes You Beautiful. So I love Lizzo.
Uh,
We're gonna get deep for a second here. I love Lizzo, but I do not love that they say What Makes You Beautiful. I'm gonna be honest. I really do not like that she sang that, and there's a few reasons. Okay, so let me start off by saying I'm very upset about that, but I'm not like mad at. I know that like he chose that to happen, but so I'm not mad at him. I'm frustrated at the situation, not necessarily at him. I just wish it didn't happen. But like again, I it was a great performance. However, I think it feels wrong to me because One Direction and all the ones that stem out of that, like Larry and their solo, careers. They are my only stan. I am not in any other fandoms, and so all of my like fandom power, I guess, is put towards One Direction. And so I just feel like it was kind of wrong for her to sing that song, and it's a One Direction song. Like if he's gonna sing it with anyone, I feel like it should be One Direction. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not that, it's just the fact that he sang that with her that kind of makes me a little upset, because it's not her song, and it's not only Harry's, it's Harry and the band. It's their song. So yeah, but however, I did love I Will Survive. That was phenomenal. But yes, I Will Survive was amazing. And I'm sure everybody thought that. Like,
Oh,
I think we were all in shock for a second.
yes, without a
Think. I was like, it honestly didn't even hit me until like 15 seconds after. Like, I knew that she had the first line and that she was saying it because I could hear it, but it didn't literally, like, it didn't until I was like, wait a, the last time Harry sang this was when the thing came out of Louis and Eleanor breaking up. And it just,
that was a glorious day.
the way he's singing it with so much, like, passion
Like,
behind it.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, so,
Which we'll look at in like just a second.
yes.
Because he's a genius.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm never gonna let him forget that, because what the frick, Harold? Yeah, so
I'm just glad
to
Coachella happened. Sorry, I'm just Coachella happened to be that week. Gave him the opportunity to do that.
yeah, which leads us right into our next thing that we wanted to talk about anyway, which was the timing of um Harry singing I Will Survive Again. Which, if you didn't know, was 369 weeks after he sung it with One Direction. I think that just like we could literally just leave it at that and everybody would understand.
Well, so if obviously some people that are listening to this might be new Larrys or neutrals or whatever. So
Go
just
ahead.
for some context, um, Louis I can't remember the exact day, but Louis has tweeted before just the number 369. He uses that number a lot, like in the booklet that came out for the UK leg of tour, that like was sold at the merch stand. He hid the numbers 369 on
He's a
separate pages, like each number on a page. Um, so he uses that number, and then Harry singing "I Will Survive" 369 weeks apart is just like crazy.
like either the universe hates them or they did it on purpose. That's the only two explanations for this.
Yeah. I there's no way that that could be a coincidence. Like that is such I don't know.
Was Coachella even on that date previously? Let me check.
I don't know. Was it
I'm gonna check now.
okay?
Coachella. No, it wasn't.
Really?
It was in April 2015. That just even makes it more of a
Yeah.
holy shit. Yeah, 10th of
Hey
April to the 9th
gays.
of April 2015. And they first sung it the 22nd of March 2015.
Uh, any gays.
Well, then.
On that note.
I mean, are we surprised?
Are
Not
we
really.
surprised? Not really. um Okay. So the next thing we want to talk, the next thing we want to talk about is about the Ukraine lights at the end. We just want to add it in there as one of the things that happened because it was really nice that he did that both nights. So like the lights above his head were in like an oval kind of shape, and he just put the Ukraine flag up at the end as he walked off stage, which I think was just really nice of him to do. Um, but yeah.
Definitely. And I think it's something that obviously we can all like. It needs the attention brought to it all,
Yeah.
and even as it's something so simple, but something so like
Mhm.
what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Um,
Like not like
you know,
authentic maybe or uh like meaningful.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, no, it was really sweet of him to do.
Oh my god, the figure. Um, okay, so the next thing we wanted to talk about is the figure that pops up for those. It's literally only there for a few seconds.
I think
Um,
it comes up once or twice.
yeah, it comes up both times. I think he at the start of the like both times at the beginning of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Um, we're talking about the statue, the figure that pops up on the stage behind Harry at the back as he starts late night talking.
It
And the
is on the
rainbow.
screen, right?
Yeah, I think so. They should have been
Because
able to.
it looks because from the crowd, it looks like it's standing like when Shania came, well, actually, well, where
Come,
Harry came out and Shania, like in that little elevated thing, it looks like that's where the person is standing, but at the same time, it looks like a hologram. So I think it was just on the, I think it was on the
well, see,
screen. It just looked really real.
the first night that he sung it, it was there for literally seconds, and then it just
Yeah.
flashes and is.
Mhm.
I just watched a video of it, and it's there, and then the screen goes black, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
Mhm. I don't know.
I don't know
I
that with it.
think I started when I was looking into that whole thing. I started thinking about how a lot of people in, and I hate to talk about it because it's like really not fun to talk about, but especially in One Direction, how people would always like um associate Louis with very like feminine
Yep.
traits, and you know what I mean, like just that whole thing and like the way he looked and everything. So I was like, well, maybe that kind of had to do with it. I don't, it's very um it's we're not given a lot to go off of. It's just like a cream colored statue. It's it flickers in and out, and you could definitely tell it's a more feminine figure,
Oh yeah, 100%. The way
but
it's posed.
yeah, but I honestly don't know. I'm still looking into that whole thing.
If you have any theories, guys, let us know,
Yes,
please.
for
'Cause
sure.
I'd love to hear.
Yeah.
Literally anything that we've talked about in this episode or previous episodes. If you ever have anything to say, that's why we've got the Twitter and Instagram account. So
Yeah.
we can hear it all.
Yep.
Let's stop it.
So there was behind like it's they're really fast, but like during Sign of the Times on the screen, there's like a it looked. Would you say it looked like a triangle? I think it kind of was like
I think so. Like briefly, like not looking at it right now, having it in
yeah.
front of me.
So in like
Yeah,
the bottom left of the screen, the one behind Harry, there was like a rainbow kind of coloring in like a triangle shape. I really don't know how to describe it. It's just like rainbow colors in a triangle shape. But yeah, that was a little odd. I don't. There's not much to say about that. It was rainbow. um, and I was thinking about the Pink Floyd thing maybe,
Oh yeah, the prism thing,
but
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. But it could have something to do with that. But yeah, we don't really know like you know what's going on with that. It's just something that we noticed. Um, so oh, the next thing that we want to talk about is the misconception about the like who he dedicated Golden to, and this is really funny. So people thought that you can't tell exactly the person that he's pointing at when he said um that he dedicated the song to someone. I can't remember his exact wording, um, but it people thought that it was Olivia, or OxyClean rather, and it just wasn't. So OxyClean was actually in the like famous people box or whatever it's called, where all the all the like more well known people are like not the normal crowd, obviously. Um, and if you look at the layout of the crowd, where he pointed is actually not where she was standing. And a lot of
Ex-
people said that she looked like she was backstage. She wasn't there either. She was actually in the crowd. Because there was like a video from on side stage of like something that looked like a person, and people were saying that it was her, but it wasn't. Because there after that videos came out of her being in the crowd. Anyways, so he did not point to her and dedicate the song to her. He actually did to, uh, Is that her name? Florence? Did I
yeah.
say that right? Yeah, Florence. Her grandmother. Um, and so for those of you who don't know, she is the other like main character in Don't Worry, Darling, um, who is or that is directed by OxyClean. Um, and I love saying that.
Thank you
Um,
much.
and so if you look at the videos that the fans posted, it is clear that that's who he dedicated the song to because after he pointed, um, the people like moved their cameras towards her and you can see that it's her. Um, so yeah, do not fret. It was not OxyClean that he dedicated it to. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, so that's a relief.
Fear not, fear not.
Also,
News.
if I'm
It's a lot.
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that happened the first night, but I think we just figured that out a couple days ago. So I think that we just wanted to let everyone know. But I'm pretty did happen the first night, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but just wanted to add it to this episode, even though this one's on night two. Just because when we made the episode for the first night, we didn't know yet who he pointed to, so we couldn't really add it to that episode. But now we can. So yeah, that part was
Yes.
about the night one. But
I want to talk about it, but we have to talk about it.
I know
Obviously,
we're dreading it.
exactly. Obviously, we've all seen the video of Harry and Liv. I was just about to say Harry and Louis.
I wish
Oh my god, the height difference! It would make so much sense.
it would.
Um. Anyway, um, we've all seen the video of Harry and Olivia um in the crowd watching Billy's performance. Um. Yeah, look, I don't know what we want to say about this because, like, we obviously don't want to pay too much attention to it, but being as though, like we've stated before, um, yes, we are aware that these things happen and that they are there, and that um obviously we're going to get content um involving the two of them. But I think if look, all you have to do is look at the video and see his face,
Yeah, he
and
really looks like he does not want to be there.
he's not happy.
For
Like,
sure. And if you look at his face while he's like holding her and they're watching Billy set, first of all, it was during Ocean Eyes, which really upsets me. But so basically Harry, there's a bunch of cameras filming them, obviously. Nope, no pun intended. But Harry, his face, he just looks like he looks. Usually, we know this. Like, if you follow, like Harry and uh, when he's seen out in public, he typically, unless it's like he's taking a picture with a fan, he does not really look at who's recording him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he knows it's happening, but he just doesn't really look. But he was looking at the cameras, like dead in the camera.
on
I
back
was gonna
into
say
the
dead in the eyes, but that wouldn't make sense.
do
But
you
he
remember
was,
that
yeah.
do you remember that point in time where he always found the camera?
Yes, yeah.
Someone tried to sneak a photo of him, it always ended up him looking dead at the camera.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, it's a little weird that he was looking at it the look in his eyes also kind of looks like it's like a help me kind of look.
me out of here.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, sorry. Jay's texting me about the door. You could probably just hear that.
Because there's 5 minutes until it opens.
Yeah. Oh, Jay is literally spamming me. Oh wait, the trailer.
And as always, we have our speed round question. And this question, the question this week is, what tracks we claimed on the album, and based on their title, what we think, our reactions are going to be to it, or what it's going to be about. So, Scar.
So right after Fine Line, I claimed my track for his third album. So for over 2 years, about 2.5 years now, I have had track 8 claimed because I claimed track 2 on LT2 and track 8 on HS3. If you can see a
Of course.
pattern there. um, so
What a coincidence.
not a coincidence at all, actually. um, so I cannot tell you, I was literally ecstatic when I found out that my claimed track was Cinema because I actually one of my favorite songs. It's an acoustic version by Gary Go, and it's called Cinema. And I don't know if anyone has like heard it on TikTok, but it's basically the one that's like I could watch you for a lifetime. You're my favorite movie, a thousand endings, like that thing. Um, and it's just such a beautifully written song. And when I found out that my track was like, I know it's not the same song, but it's the same name, and I like have such a like connection to that song, and
Yeah.
I am so excited for this song because I feel like Cinema. It's like I feel like it's I don't know. Obviously, I can't like say what it's gonna be about because I have no idea, but I think it'll be like about like kind of like with the one that like the one by Gary Go, like watching somebody and like admiring them. I have a feeling it's gonna be something like that. Um, in terms of like the music, like the instruments, I don't know what to expect. I think maybe like I I think it'll be like falling kind of like with the piano and the very soft like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm so excited because Falling is my favorite song on HS2. And I don't know why I just called it that instead of Fine Line. I'm just used to saying like HS3, so I think HS2 just came out. But yeah, I'm super excited for Cinema because I claim it. I'm gatekeeping, even though it's not really possible.
Well,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to actually hear it. It's
Yes.
definitely something I'm excited about. Um, my claimed track or tracks, because I was a little bit greedy. Um, normally, normally I would go for the even numbers. Um, I do even like numbers even all the time if I ever pick them. Oh, speaking of which, my phone's on 28%.
Oh wow. We
um,
actually started the speed round question at 28 as well.
yeah, of course we did.
I noticed that and didn't say anything.
um, so the ones that I claimed for this album because I wanted to pick something other than what I normally would, um, was track 3, which is
Oh,
Grape Juice.
interesting.
So that's gonna be one that'll definitely be interesting to hear.
I think
Especially this
I
time.
do you think it's gonna be a watermelon sugar part two? Because I do.
I think so. Which I don't know if I'm scared about or happy about, considering what happened with watermelon sugar, but I'm definitely excited to hear it.
Yeah, me too. I think that's gonna
Even
be a fun one to hear, especially if I get into the one night only and I get to hear that live. I'll send you a video. I'm gonna
oh,
record all of like the whole thing if I do get to go, and then I'll send each person like their claimed track so that they can see
please, please, please,
it.
please.
Yeah.
Um, and then the other one that I claimed, which is gonna absolutely destroy me, I already know based on the title. Um, actually, did you want to guess it?
Yes. Um, is it satellite?
No, it's Love of My Life.
Oh, you're kidding.
So,
Oh, I have very high hopes for that song. I think we all know what it's gonna be, and it's not gonna be an Olivia anthem.
no, definitely not. But like, again, I'm very scared to hear it only because of the fact that if we take into consideration
That Boyfriends is right before it.
Boyfriends is right before it, but also From the Dining Table was the last track on HS1, and Fine Line is the last one
Oh,
on
that's a good point.
Fine Line, and both of those ones are so they hurt, you
They
know.
do, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So
I'm
if we're
scared,
off
honestly.
that, um, I think Love of My Life might kill me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I
Look, all I'm saying is if I suddenly become not active, um, jobs, just know I'm dead and know I died happy.
yeah. I do have a question though. Do you think that these tracks are like they they go with the one next to it? Because from the looks of it, I think they do.
They go in what?
Like they go with the one that's next to it. So like
Yes.
after Music for a Sushi Restaurant, I think here I'll just like go through the list really quick. I think because it goes Late Night Talking and then Grape Juice, which could kind of go together. And then
Mhm.
As It Was, Daylight, those they kind of give like upbeat vibes. And then Little Freak and Matilda. I mean, I already know
Um,
what Matilda's about because I saw something about it on Twitter, and I'm so mad that like I accidentally saw it. So I know like the vibe of it basically, like, or because somebody was relating it to one of Louis' songs. They were like, "Oh, these two go together," so I kind of know like the theme. And then Cinema and Daydreaming, it like
oh, 100%.
Keep Driving and Satellite. I think of I know like you can't see satellites in the sky, but that makes me think of like driving and looking at the stars. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh my God.
And then Boyfriend and Love of My Life, those
Oh,
two go together the best. Um,
he's such a genius for how he put this together.
I know. I think this isn't like related, but I think I have a feeling Satellite is gonna be like a 80s like electronic kind of,
It's your era.
like yeah.
Ugh.
I'm so excited to hear Love of My Life. Like I thought I thought I was gonna die when I heard Boyfriends. No, I might die when I hear Love of My Life,
Love
and that's not
my
even my claim track. I just think
life.
it's really going into, Larry for a second here, which is what podcast is about. um,
What do you talk
I
about?
yeah, that's all we talk about. Um, I really think this speaks volumes because everybody knows. Like I'm talking about love of my life here. Because everybody knows that. I would hope that everybody knew. That Harry wrote these songs before he met Olivia.
Yes.
Love of my life is about you write that kind of song about somebody that you've been in love with for,
For
years.
forever.
You don't write it about like a one night stand, Like you write it about somebody that you care about deeply and that you have spent, it feels like what feels like an eternity with.
Yes.
And I mean, I just think that really like think about it. If he wrote that song about somebody else and then he actually was with OxyClean, it just picture how like I would if I was her, I would be upset about him releasing.
100%.
So I feel like if they were actually together, why would he be releasing songs like
Hmm.
Boyfriends and Love of My Life? It really doesn't fit.
Did you see that we got confirmation that Harry was invited to the Met Gala this year, but he said no?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
what I
wasn't it?
thought was funny was there was an article. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. We're kind of
Okay.
going off here, but
There's
it was
things.
hilarious. Um,
While you're finding it, um, can we just talk for a second about the fact that Mitch is credited on music for a sushi restaurant and Keep Driving?
I know I saw that. I
Because
think
what the
music for a sushi restaurant is gonna be like not very like at least maybe a minute, like a short
a
introduction
short.
kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we think the next single is going to be?
If we get one, I don't know. We're running out of time. We have just over 2 weeks. Um,
He drops something every Friday, though.
yeah. I I saw somebody they had a theory about him releasing Boyfriends and then Late Night Talking studio versions as singles because those are already out and he wouldn't want to give away too many songs. I don't know what I
True.
think about that, but I mean it's possible, I guess. But um oh, here it is. Okay. Um
Mm.
it says stand by. Okay, it says the title is Why Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde Skipped the 2022 Met Gala. Um, and then it says she
Mm.
also had a small role in her award-winning, basically saying like she was busy with that. And a quote from the thing that really it sounds like they're pulling, you know, out off of nothing. But it says they're well past the crush and infatuation phase and are solid partners. They're the real deal, the source said. Which they didn't even source, so we have no idea what the source is.
Just
And it
trust
says
me, bro.
while they have busy schedules and a lot of personal commitments, they make a point to prioritize time with each other. The source added. They are pretty low key and really just love spending time together along with their families and friends. So if I knew what the source was from that, it would be. I mean, I still wouldn't believe it. However, it would be a little less random than if you just said the source because we have no idea what the source is. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, that's that. So in conclusion, this album is not about OxyClean.
100%. And anyone, like, how do you listen to the songs and listen to him sing about being in love with the same person
Yeah,
across all of these songs, but then say it's about her when all of this goes back the 12 years and there's been other beards before her? Like, the only,
exactly.
what public relation relationship has Harry been in that's lasted this long? Like, please tell me that.
Yeah. It's really like the everything that lines up in a really odd way. Like everything with backgrid, um, which we'll
Yes.
get into in another episode.
Did you
But
see?
what about like the theory about the hiking pictures?
No, the Howard Stern interview's been
Oh,
confirmed.
I know. I saw that earlier, and I quote tweeted it, and I said,
Yeah,
let me
that
read
was
what
the
I
rumor.
said. I read, no, oh my god, can really sit through the first one he did, not again, please. Oh no.
Was when he said that it was a rumor that it was happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we got an
yeah.
update that they confirmed it on the 18th of May. It's happening.
The 18th of May?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, well. If Howard hears
Oh my God, don't
HS3 before I do,
don't even speak that
I
into
mean,
the universe
James
right now.
Charles already
Uh,
heard 2 songs of HS3 before I did, so I'm furious about that. But I really, oh, I don't know if it's just me, but I literally cannot sit through the Howard Stern interview. Like it takes like mental, like it takes power, like strength.
so, someone just tweeted, "I hope Howard Stern falls and breaks his face before going anywhere near Harry."
I would never wish. Maybe I would wish that on him. I wouldn't wish that on somebody usually, but that I can come. I can agree with that.
No.
Oh my gosh, this week, honestly, the entire to wrap this up, um, Coachella, the week of Coachella definitely. I mean, obviously, the couple weeks after that, which we are currently in, because Coachella wasn't that long ago. To wrap this up, um, the week of Coachella definitely. I mean, obviously, the couple weeks after that, which we are currently in, because Coachella wasn't that long ago. It was very chaotic. A lot happened.
Yes.
Um, it between the leaks, the rumors about Olivia, um, the set list, the songs that we got. It was all very tiring. Yeah, that's a good. It was very tiring for us and for Harry.
Oh, I
Yeah,
just like we haven't. I just feel like we haven't got this much content in so long.
I know it's been forever. Cause like over when Fine Line came out, it was like obviously people were still talking about it and like the fandom was still growing and very much alive, but we haven't gotten content from him this much in so long. And I think most of it, I mean, I think the You Are Home door is very like it's obviously like the Eroda website, but it's different in a way because we get new like we get something every day at the same time. We get, like the tweet and the door, so we have to decode that. But the ads for Eroda were kind of different. I feel like it wasn't as much investigating.
Yep, exactly.
Like we obviously did have to figure out stuff, but not as much as we do now. Like not even close. This is very much this is a lot more like interactive, I feel like.
Yeah, it's definitely different. And on that, I think something I'm definitely excited for this time around is getting to see the reactions of the people who fell in love with him over quarantine
Yeah.
because this is just Harry release.
Yeah.
That's it for today. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Larry Weekly. We hope you've learned something new. And if you want to be a part of this journey, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at the Larry Weekly to keep up with all podcast related news and exclusives. See you next Friday for a new refill.